up, reefers, and welcome back to another episode of Zoe Tank Boys. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about my new tank, the Waterbox 90.3. Let's go. Okay, reefers. So if you guys remember, a few episodes back, Henry got a brand new tank, a huge 145-gallon tank from Waterbox. It's a frag tank. It is immaculate. Everything so far is doing great in his tank. We'll do an update on his tank in future episodes. But with this episode here, I want to talk about the deal that I got. So Henry ended up giving me his tank. And as you guys know, I was looking for a bigger tank to move my coral and fish into, and I finally got it. So I wanted to record us setting up the tank, but unfortunately with all the series of events that happened here in Florida, it was really, really tough. We had Hurricane Ian, had a few things going on, pretty busy with work. So we ended up doing the setup after work. One night I got off at like 10 o'clock and we pretty much started the setup around midnight, didn't finish till almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So we were all exhausted. This video in particular is gonna be me showing you how everything's doing in the new tank, as well as showing you some of the new things that I got from Skellyfest and from the LFS in Miami, Strictly Fish. So without further ado, let's get started. Here is the Waterbox 90.3 in all its glory. So I have it placed at the entryway of our house, so that when people come in, they can see the tank and it's not stuffed into our guest bedroom. Everything in this tank is doing pretty well. Everything's open, everything's happy. This leather here, it's crazy how big he is. He was mostly scrunched up in the 34-gallon, whereas now he's like wide open. It's crazy. Lights just turned on, so his polyps aren't fully extended, but hopefully within the video, we'll be able to see it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the eyes on so that we can see the colors. Tank. All right, so there we have it. So it's still looking a little bare because I basically just transferred everything from the 34-gallon to the 90-gallon. Whatever was still glued is still glued. Whatever came off, fell off, or just haven't had a chance to glue on is on the frag racks. Now, I do want to add more rockscape to the tank, so I haven't taken anything off of the frag racks just yet. I want to wait a little bit until I get the aquascape that I want before I start taking things off and re-gluing them or just gluing things onto the rock itself. So this is just a general idea of the aquascape that I want. I definitely need some more rock here to the right, and I definitely want to build up. But as you can see, everything in the tank is happy. I mean, my acan colony is pretty happy. Got a few rock flowers. See my gold hammers there, my scrambled eggs. I ended up fragging some, giving some to David and Henry because they helped me out, and then I also kept the frag for myself here. Now, one thing I did was I put the frag rack closer to the sand bed because my emerald crabs would go onto the frag rack and take off whatever bubble algae was left on them. So I am clear of bubble algae. There is no bubble algae in this tank, thank goodness. You guys can see I still have those Captain Jerks, but I'm actually going to be breaking off a piece of that rock and giving it to David. David's neighbor wants some of those. So I want no Captain Jerks in this tank at all. No Halle Berries, no Captain Jerks. So any Halle Berries I see, I'm actually gonna take off the rock and either trade them in or give them to my neighborhood reefers. Check out my Euphilia, he's nice and happy, he's huge. This one too. Big Mama Lobo, she's happy. So let's get into the new stuff that we got. So one thing that I got was this Dragon Soul torch. I got it from RAS Aquaculture at Skellyfest. Got it for an amazing deal. I also got this, I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go, Holy Grail Micro Musa. Got a GMK. And I got these spellbinders. I got those at Skellyfest as well. And then if you guys seen that episode of Skellyfest, we ended up going to Strictly Fish, and I actually ended up getting a trigger. Let's see if he pops out. He likes to hide a lot. I know you saw him earlier, but I want to get a good look at him. Where'd you go, buddy? I still have my rockscape from the 34 gallon here, my little Zoa garden. They're doing a lot better than they were in the 34 gallon, but those Captain Jerks are overtaking, so I really have to get rid of those. And I want to start a new Zoa garden. I actually got these here the other day. These are actually called the detonators. They're white corals. So I definitely want to start my Zoa garden and have those in there. So you check how big he is, guys. It's huge. I don't remember him being that big. So in this tank, I have one MP10 on that side, and I actually have two MP10s on this side. On the bottom, I have it on the lowest settings. I just have it agitating the sand. I do have a little bit of diatoms on the sand bed, but aside from that, the transfer was a complete success. Everything else is doing amazing, huge, fat, happy. Oh, there goes the trigger right there. It's a blue throat trigger. Beautiful, beautiful fish whenever he comes out. All right, so unfortunately I did have this 3-head hammer not do too well during the transfer. As you can see, it's kind of a little faded and small. I'm hoping he recovers. So I have this one here at 74, and I have this one here at 40, only because it's too close to the leather. I'm sorry, it's too close to the leather, and I just don't want it to be banging the leather with flow. But it gives the tank perfect surface agitation, and you can see that wave effect. But it also gives a nice swaying, bouncy movement to the euphyllias and the torch. So they're getting nice flow. Moves the sand bed. I mean, I can't go wrong with this setup so far. Everything's pretty good. Now, I want to be on top of everything with this tank, so I literally check my salinity daily, just because it's a new tank and I want to make sure everything's good. I check my parameters every 2 to 3 days just to make sure, because I want to be on top of it this time, whereas last time I wasn't as on top of it. Don't want the same mistakes to happen like it did last time. So down here, I got a few Zoa frags. I got some Fruit Loops, some Arm of God, some Utter Peace. That right there is a Bloodshot. I have a Dragon Soul Favia with a little bit of Aptasia I'm gonna have to take out. I have some Pikachu Zoas. These here I just kept off of the frag, off of the rock, and put them on the frag just so that they don't encrust onto the rock. Those are actually Halle Berries. But yeah, everything is doing amazing, immaculate. I have, for cleanup crew, I have 2 emerald crabs, 6 snails. I have that sea cucumber back there. He's doing some work, pooping out some sand. I have a fighting conch. And I believe that's it. Right now I only have 3 fish in this tank. Definitely have to add some more for the bio load. All right, so in the tank I have 3 fish. Definitely know I need to get some more for the bio load. But that trigger does poop out a lot, so for the time being, since it's just starting out, everything else is doing pretty good. I have some LEDs in the back. I don't know if you guys can tell. See that back there? But I also need to get a new vinyl. I want to cover this up here. May get something to match the flooring. But some things that I don't have a skimmer. I don't have an auto top off. I've just been manually doing it. So let's take a look. So at the moment, this is what I'm working with. I am gonna buy a skimmer and an auto top off. Right now I'm just doing manual. It's just a simple setup at the moment. I've been dosing Microbacter 4 capfuls based off of the directions every single day. Yeah, everything's thriving. So comment below, guys. Let me know what fish you think I should get for the 90.3. And what corals you think I should get for the 90.3. I need to fill up these rocks. And I want to see some fish movement. Let me know down below what you guys think about the tank so far. A lot of people say that the best indication that your tank is doing well is to look at the A cans. If the A cans are happy, your water quality is pretty good. What do you guys think? Alright guys, well hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Zoatank Boys. But you know we can't leave without shouting one of you guys out. So we're gonna put the comment right here. And don't forget to comment, because maybe we'll have your comment on next. But until next time, Zoatank Boys out!